Hi, thanks for joining me for this week's episode of Quick Business Tips. I'm Jennifer with Limitless Impact Agency, and today we are going to talk about this push-pull tension that I see with so many successful business owners that, especially if you have like a growth mindset, you start hitting some really impressive revenue milestones. And you're the type of person that's always looking for that next thing. You're looking to level up, you're looking to grow, you're looking to offer the best services to your clients. And that thing that causes this tension in our lives is that chasing that new shiny thing, whatever it is. It can be a new service for your clients, an exciting new target market, a trendy marketing tactic that it feels like everyone else is finding success with. And chasing these type of things can oftentimes feel a lot like progress. But what if I told you that your next level of exponential growth, deeper impact for your clients, and more personal freedom might mean doing less new stuff and focusing a lot more on what you might consider today as a little bit boring? Hang with me through this episode because this counterintuitive idea could be the key to unlocking the next level of your potential. And I say it could be because I've seen it happen with so many of my clients, and I've even seen it in my own business. So here's what happens as entrepreneurs, especially growth-minded integrators like you. We feel wired to innovate, create, grow constantly, right? And sometimes when we've been doing something, even if it's still successful, we've been doing it for a while, may even be our core offer for our clients. It's profitable, it's going great, it sells easily. A little bit of boredom can start to creep in. And we start wondering, what's next? What can I change? How can I add more? How can I expand? How can I make this more interesting and exciting and attract more people? Because that's what we think. If our offer, if our service, if a new product is more and more exciting and new to us, it will feel new to our target market. It will feel exciting to them and will sell more. And this is what we like to refer to as the bright, shiny object syndrome. Now, a lot of times as business owners, we talk about the bright, shiny object syndrome as the new social media platform or the new marketing tactic or the new whatever that we're trying to chase. But in this case, it's actually things in your business, services that you're selling, markets that you're trying to target. So the bright, shiny object syndrome kind of pops up everywhere. And what we're talking about today is when we see other people that we look at as mentors or people that we see as more successful than us, and they start launching new things, hosting live events. We hear about these new marketing trends that it feels like everyone else is doing, and they're making so much money on, whether it's Threads or TikTok or whatever the new thing is. And we start to feel that pull to start building this new bridge, right? We want to innovate, we want to do something different. And when that pull gets really strong, two things can happen. We try to serve outside of our target market. We have this desire to help everyone. And this can creep in for a couple different reasons. Sometimes we feel like a little bored serving the same group of people over and over with the same marketing message and providing the same content, and you just feel like you want something a little different. And that can be one of the times, if you really dig into it, that this pull can be good. Other times is that we start feeling no or our team gets larger and we feel like we need to make more sales and we need to make them faster. And so we think if we widen our target market and we try to help more people, that everyone syndrome kind of creeps in. And what happens is you end up diluting the marketing message that has worked so well for you. And you start confusing the clients that you used to talk to. And your marketing becomes so vague that the everyone that you're trying to talk to, the message isn't hitting with them either. And business can stagnate or even decline. The other thing that I see that happens when you start getting this bright, shiny object pull is that you want to jump on the new tech trends or the new marketing trends without any kind of filter involved. So you start adapting new tactics or platforms from more of a knee-jerk reaction standpoint instead of considering whether or not these marketing streams are going to align with your target audience, your brand, and the goals in your business. In both of these cases, a lot of times the result is a confused market, a brand that kind of gets really watered down, a lot of wasted time and money, and that stagnant growth starts to set in, even decline, because you start chasing things outside of that one thing that you were doing so well. And I know exactly how this feels. I see this with a lot of businesses, and I've seen it in my own business. For a long time, the cornerstone of my business growth came from speaking engagements, whether they were virtual or in person. And I typically just offered one core topic, just one. Anytime that I was asked to speak, I was like, this is a good topic. I can speak on this. It was an 8-step marketing and sales framework. I still teach this today at events that I'm invited to, speaking engagements that I'm asked to give a keynote for. This hits home almost every group that I'm in front of. So in this 8-step marketing and sales framework, I talk about the framework, I illustrate the framework with these real life examples that resonate with the audience, and I explain how this very simple marketing and sales approach has worked across a number of industries. I've never seen it not work, and it takes that sleazy feeling out of sales. Now, after delivering this speech hundreds of times, I became incredibly bored with it. And I would think to myself, this is gonna fail. Like I'm gonna walk up on this stage and this is gonna fail because everyone has already heard about this. Like I need to do something new. I need to talk about some different topics. I need to switch things up. I need to use different illustrations. Like I just really need to make some changes. But no matter how many times I got up on stage or sat in front of a group of people virtually and gave the exact same speech that I had given so many other times, at the end of what felt like a very overly repeated presentation, the audience was engaged the entire time. People weren't bored at all. And every single event, multiple people would come up to me and tell me how much they appreciated me teaching this framework, that it was so simple and it helped them finally understand where there were gaps in their marketing and sales process and what steps they needed to take right now to fix it. So even though I was bored because I had heard the same speech so many times, that message was so impactful and so valuable to the new audiences that I was in front of, and even the audiences that I knew had heard it before, that I was able to build my reputation on it, attract so many new clients, and it really became that foundation that I built my business. And going through this process, it taught me such a powerful lesson because what feels boring to us as the business owner and the expert feels brand new, transformative, and honestly, it builds this deep, reassuring trust with our potential clients. Now, I am not saying that you should never innovate, that you should never try something new, because if you're not growing, I believe you are dying. Stagnation is never the goal. Status quo is never the goal. You have to keep reaching and expanding because the market changes, your audience evolves, and sometimes a strategic pivot or service addition is necessary. But there is a huge difference between moving from a knee-jerk reaction in a boredom or a FOMO standpoint and walking through a strategic filtering process. So when that feeling of let's try something new pops up, you can run the idea through 5 steps. First, ask yourself, does this new idea genuinely fit within my brand identity and values? Or does it feel like I'm chasing the squirrel through the woods? Second question is, will this new thing really serve my current or ideal future client? And if I am trying to target a new ideal client that I haven't targeted before, am I really understanding what their needs are right now and able to serve them? Okay, so first, brand alignment. Second, is it going to hit with my audience? And if I'm going after a new audience, do I know this audience well? The third question is, what specific outcome am I hoping to achieve with this new offer? So if this new offer is just a new offer to have a new offer and it doesn't solve a problem for my audience, what the heck am I doing? Right? So does it align with my brand? Is it going to hit with my audience? Am I going to get them amazing results with this new offer? The fourth question is, will this new venture, whatever it is, be viable in the long run? Can it be systemized? Will it add to the profitability of my business? Or is it just adding busy work for busy work's sake? And the last question is, am I wanting to do something new because it serves mission and it serves my clients? Or am I wanting to add something new to my life because deep down, when I'm really honest with myself, I thrive on chaos. I'm trying to keep up with my competitors, or I'm simply avoiding some deeper work that I need to do within myself. So, quick review, 5 questions. Does it align with my brand? Will it serve my audience? Will they get results? Is it going to be profitable long term? And is my true motivation empowering and making a bigger impact with my clients? Or am I just trying to cover up or fill in some other hole in my life? These 5 things can help you know whether or not you are going through a strategic pivot that is going to be amazing for your business, or if you're being distracted by the squirrel that's running through the woods. So, what happens if you go through those 5 steps and it turns out that it's the squirrel or the bright shiny object and it's not really something that you should be doing right now? But inside, you have all of this innovative energy and a desire for newness, and you know that you need to lean into the boring that built your business, but you got to do something with all of this energy that's built up in you. This is where the true mastery of leveling up really happens. There are three really good ways that you can take all this innovative energy and pour it into your boring product or service and level up the profitability, growth, revenues of your business. The first thing is to think about your client experience and the current offer that you have grown your business with, and go with your team and figure out how you can elevate the entire experience for your client. So, how can you make the delivery and every step along the way unforgettable for the target audience that you serve? This is where unreasonable hospitality plays a huge part. You can start streamlining and systemizing processes that you and your team have created. You can add more thoughtful, personal touches, more wow moments, or maybe a deeper level of support within that service that you are already offering. As you turn your innovative energy towards your client journey and how they feel every step along the way, you will find that this can be incredibly fulfilling, but also a huge differentiator between you and your competitors. Now, the second way that you can channel all of this creative energy is become the undisputed thought leader for your core industry. So instead of adding a lot of confusing new services, take that energy and turn yourself into the go-to person for the one thing that you do so well, that one problem that you've been solving for your clients for years. Then you can do this by writing a book on the topic and using it as sort of a lead magnet for your audience. You can develop a more workshop or signature type of program that goes even deeper into the same problem that you've been solving than ever before. And people are shocked at this number, but there are 10% of your current or past clients that would be more than happy to pay 10 times what they paid to dive even deeper into that exact same topic. Another way you can go about becoming the authority in your field is you can conduct some of your own research and write compelling case studies that showcase the power behind your methodology and how you go about solving the problems that you've been solving. And the last thing that you can do is take some time and refine your marketing message. Really dig into your brand story and make it so that it is clear and concise, because this type of focus is what will truly develop trust and resonate with your target audience. Now, the third option for your creative energy is to innovate a slightly different delivery method, but go about it very strategically. So ask yourself if this core offer that you might be a little bored with can be packaged or delivered in a slightly different way so that you are able to serve your audience even better or reach other aligned segments of your audience. So maybe you have a group program and you can pivot just slightly and offer that same program in a one-to-one framework. This would be very high ticket and it would be in a very limited basis. Or you have a one-to-one program that you maybe could change into a group coaching opportunity or a high-level mastermind. Maybe you could take your past clients who've been through your program, pick and choose the ones that would work well together, bring them into a high-level mastermind for advanced clients and offer the same type of services and advice and the trust that you've already gotten with this group of people and just bring them along to the next level so they can not only learn from you, but from other people in that group. The key to this third option is to make sure it leverages and reinforces your core offer rather than watering it down. So when you decide to resist the urge to throw all the spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks, and instead commit to really focusing on the mastery of what you've been offering for years, the benefits are astronomical. Not only for you and your business, but for your personal well-being, which I know is so important to you as much as it is to me. When you decide to really master your niche, you are going to see accelerated profit growth because you become known as the person that can undeniably solve the one problem that you solve. Attracting ideal clients will become a piece of cake, and your marketing becomes super efficient because you know exactly who you're talking to and exactly what you're going to say, no matter how boring it sounds to you. You gain deeper trust with your clients and have even greater impact because your clients feel that expertise that you continue to show time and time again. And they know that you are committed to seeing them grow and change and help them get better results, grow into stronger individuals, and then you will build the most loyal relationships. The third benefit is that referrals become super easy because the more clients that you have and the happier they are after going through whatever program you have, they will time and time again refer you over and over because they are going to be even better able to clearly articulate exactly what you do and who you do it for. When you have one offer, one thing that you do, one problem that you solve, referrals become so easy. It's when you have 5 or 7 or 12 offers and you're kind of all over the place and it makes sense to you because they all tie together in this one way that makes sense in your head, makes it really hard for people to give you referrals. And lastly, you get to have more free time and more fun to do other things that you're passionate about. Does this efficiency that you built in your business will only give you more free time and more mental energy that allows you to focus on something else. Maybe you want to start a new business. Maybe you want to spend time with your family and friends, and you get to truly love your business again and never experience burnout. So, what is one actionable takeaway that you can do today to start seeing some of this change in your business? If you've been feeling that itch to, create, innovate, try something new, pause and evaluate your current best offer for your clients and ask yourself, have I truly mastered this? Is this client experience the best that it could possibly be? And is my message around my offer crystal clear and compelling to the audience that I want to serve? And if all of those answers aren't a hell yes, then just pick one specific way that you can innovate or deepen that core service, improve the experience for your customers, or one way that you can change your marketing message to make it even more clear or more compelling. If you find yourself struggling to identify one amazing core offer that you have, or you want some help filtering through some of your bright, shiny object ideas, I would love to spend some time with you. You can use the link below to book a next level call with me. It's free, and we will walk through, and you will walk away, whether you work with me or not, with clarity and focus that will help you level up in your business and continue to align with your integrity and let you find joy instead of burnout. That is all for our journey from boring to brilliant explosive growth. And I want to remind you to please subscribe to Quick Business Tips so that you never miss an episode. And if you found this helpful, please share with somebody else that you think would benefit from these business tips. Until next week, stay focused and keep striving for your own limitless impact.